Hello, this is Uncle Russ. Welcome to another episode of Uncle Russ's Comic Talk, where we talk about comics, comic books for sale that you can own, and some other comic books I want to talk about that you can collect. Stay tuned.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from AMZ's Comic Book Men, and this is a Lock 22 production.
And we've got comic books for sale this week. We're going to be concentrating on some titles with Batman this week. A lot of the best Batman books that we have for sale at a range of prices. This is Batman number 327, all the way back from 1980. This is the newsstand edition with writing by Len Wein and the artwork by the team of Herb Novick and Frank McLaughlin. And a beautiful cover you can see there by the great Joe Kubert. This also has a backup feature of Batman and Robin together again. This would be Batman and Robin the Teen Wonder, not the Boy Wonder. That's by Mike W. Barr and Dick Giordano. This can be yours this week for $9.99. Next up, Batman number 340. This also is a newsstand edition. Have a beautiful cover there by Jim Aparo, one of my very favorite Batman artists. But the interior art, and this was the real great thing about this era of Batman, artwork by Gene Colan. Gene Colan, probably best known for his work for Marvel for Tomb of Dracula and Daredevil and many other comic books throughout the years, going all the way back to the Western and romance comics back in the 1950s. Gene Colan on the pencils with an inking assist from Adrian Constasis. We also have writers are Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas. This one, $14.99. More Batman. Batman number 387. A story featuring Catwoman and a beautiful cover by the great Gil Kane. This is written by Doug Mensch with the interior art by Rick Hoberg and Rudy Nebres. This is the Catwoman with the green and purple costume, which I like a lot better than the black leather one of today, but it's the same character basically, at least the 1980s version of it. This can be yours for only $5.99. And this one is possibly the bargain of the week. Batman number 382 from the year 1986. This one features Two-Face and Catwoman, both in the same story with Batman. Doug Mensch is the writer and the great Tom Mandrake doing the interior artwork. This is a steal, only $2.99. One of the great things about 1980s Batman was this title right here. A group of so-called second string, lower tier superheroes from the DC universe brought together under the tutelage of Batman. They were outsiders, if you will. Thus we had Batman and the Outsiders, a superhero team co-created by Mike W. Barr, the writer, and the great Jim Aparo, who was the artist, both cover and interior artwork. This team consisted of Batman, Geoforce, Black Lightning, Katana, Halo, and Metamorpho. This is issue number 3 of Batman and the Outsiders from 1983. This can be yours for only $4.99. And from 1985, we have Batman and the Outsiders, issue number 20. Also, as the previous one I mentioned, written by Mike W. Barr, artwork by Jim Aparo, the co-creators of this. This one featuring a villain named Cyanide. This can be yours, $4.99.
Hello, everybody. It's Ben Shrewsbury.
This is Uncle Russ.
And we are the Two Marks from the Two Marks and a Spark Wrestling Show right here on Lock 22. Be sure to check us out every single Sunday and sometimes Monday for all your professional wrestling needs, only on youtube.com/Lock22.
And from 1988, we have Batman Annual, issue number 12, with a beautiful cover by the great Mike W. Kaluta. This has a story by the very controversial writer Mike Barron, with artwork by Pablo Marcos, Ross Andrew, and Dennis Roeder on inks. We also have a backup feature with Robin the Teen Wonder, featuring art of the late, great Norm Brayfogle. Beautiful cover, great story. This is yours for $4.99. There are many ways to collect your favorite Marvel title. Individual issues, of course, which can be quite expensive and time-consuming. There's numerous reprints available in trade paperback format, the Epic Collection format, which we haven't talked about here, but will in the future. But considered by most collectors as being the absolute top of the line, the best prestige format available is a line called the Marvel Masterworks. These are hardcover reprint editions. They have been around since the 1980s. The average price of one of these is $75. These have the best restoration of the original artwork and the original colors that are available in my opinion, in any other reprint format available. I consider them even superior to the omnibus format. These are the same size as and trade dress as a regular size comic book. We have here the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men. This is actually volume 11 of the Mighty Marvel Masterworks. All of these titles have a dual numbering system. For example, this one is the X-Men volume 6, but it also, with a slightly different cover and different cover on the back, is also volume 61 of the Mighty Marvel Masterworks. These are beautifully restored and beautifully done. I want to show you an example of some of the newer editions. This actually is Marvel Masterworks volume 300. This came out a couple of years ago. This has been such a successful line that now we've got close to 350 volumes available in this. So this is simultaneously Marvel Masterworks volume number 300 and Howard the Duck volume 1. Highly recommend Howard the Duck. If you've only seen the movie, you have no idea how good this was, because that movie was such a piece of crap. The other thing I like about this, as you'll find here, when you get the Marvel Masterworks numbering, issue number 300, you find out that this printing is limited to 685 copies worldwide. And I just happen to have one of them. The latest two editions that I got in this are volumes 3 and 4 of Dazzler. This one is a printing limited to 770 copies. This one limited to 588 copies. Because these are limited edition, they have slightly more retail value. Usually on the backs of these, they print pictures of most of the issues available. If you don't mind spending a little bit of money, this is cheaper than buying the reprints and all single issues. But this is the top of the line. The quality doesn't get any better than the Marvel Masterworks. It's a line where there's so many different titles to pick from. They have comic books from the 1950s era, when Marvel was known as Atlas Comics. They have reprints from the 1940s era with the original Captain Marvel, the original Submariner, the original Human Torch. That's back in the 1940s when Marvel was known as Timely Comics. It all morphed into the same company when Stan Lee created what we now know as the Marvel Universe in the early 1960s. And basically every era from the night up until the late 1980s is being published in the Marvel Masterworks format. After the 90s, when we get into the modern era, Don't know if they will continue to publish these. It has yet to be seen. But the latest volume here is volume number 339, which is also Dazzler Volume 4. So I like the limited editions. To me, for certain titles, if it's a title I like, it's worth 75 bucks. And if I can't afford it, I'll just have to sell some singles to you all so that I can keep getting this primo stuff. I highly recommend it. I think you'll enjoy them. Hopefully you found something that you like today. If you'd like to purchase any of these books, check for the links in the description below. There'll be more books for sale every week. Lock 22 sellers on eBay. Lock 22. Have a good day. Lock